So today I'm going to talk to you about a bunch of different English contractions. I think there's 28 of them. So this lesson is going to be great for your listening, speaking, and pronunciation. So today's lesson is all about contractions. And first, let's just talk about, well, what are contractions? The word to contract means to squeeze together. And that's what we're doing. We're taking two words and we're squeezing them together. And where we end up omitting letters, we put an apostrophe instead. And an apostrophe looks like this. You will notice them when I give you a bunch of example sentences. And to be perfectly honest, the reason this lesson is important is because we use contractions all the time, especially when we're speaking. They're also commonly used in informal writing, if you're writing a text message or an email. They're not really appropriate for formal writing, so be aware of that. So today, I'm going to talk to you about contractions with subject pronouns. And those pronouns are I, you, he, she, it, we, they. And I'm going to show you how they can be contracted with different verbs. We're going to go through this quickly. I'm going to say the words. I will then say the contracted form so you can hear my pronunciation. Then I will give you an example sentence and I will say it twice. I'll say it once without the contracted form and then again with the contracted form. So let's begin. The first set of contractions I want to talk to you about are those with the verb to be. I'm not going to keep the subject pronouns in the same order. I'm basically going to put them in order of their conjugation. I'll let you know what I mean by that in just a second. I'll also throw in some other examples so that you can hear the contracted forms in some different contexts. Let's start with I. I am. I'm. I am an English teacher. I'm an English teacher.
I'm a doctor.
I'm a criminal.
I'm a real estate agent.
Then we have you are, your, which sounds just like the possessive form of your. You are a wonderful person. You know, you're a wonderful person. They are, they're. They are on vacation. They're on vacation. We are, were. We are having dinner tonight. We're having dinner tonight. Now let's look at he, she, and it because the conjugation with the verb to be is different. He is, he's. He is tired. He's tired. She is, she's. She is bored. She's bored. It is, it's. It is a cloudy day. It's a cloudy day.
It's a sunny day.
It's a busy day.
It's been a crazy day here today.
Now, when you just heard those sentences, you may even be thinking to yourself, you know, it sounds a little strange without the contracted form. And this might be because we use the contracted form so often that if you were watching a TV show or a movie or listening to music, you're going to hear it in the contracted form the vast majority of the time. Not many people are going to say, it is a cloudy day. They're just going to say, it's a cloudy day. So again, that is why this is so important. Now let's talk about contractions with will. We use will plus the base verb when we want to talk about things that will happen in the future. But we can contract the word will with our subject pronouns. I will. I will pay for dinner. I'll pay for dinner, which is something that's always good to hear somebody else say.
I'll pay my share.
I'll pay for it, okay?
Sure, I'll pay for it.
I'll pay whatever they want.
You are gonna pay.
Oh, I'll pay.
You will, you'll. Do you think you will hit that like button? Do you think you'll hit that like button? Hint, hint. He will, he'll. He will buy a car. He'll buy a car. She will, she'll. She will answer the phone. She'll answer the phone. It will, it'll. And this, especially in American English, the T is going to have that flap T sound, which is more like a D. It'll. It will, I forgot to say, what was my sentence? It will never happen. It'll never happen. We will, we will learn something new. We'll learn something new. They will, they will have a great time. They'll have a great time. Now let's look at contractions with the helping verb have. So we're going to contract the subject pronoun with have when it's a helping verb. That's the key word right there. And have is a helping verb when we're talking about the present perfect tense. Again, just pay close attention to those examples and you'll see what I mean. I have, I've. I have been to New York. I've been to New York. It's true, we were there last year. You have, you've. You have told me this already. You've told me this already.
You've already lost.
Yes, you've already made history.
But you've already begun.
We have got plans this evening. We've got plans this evening. They have, they've. They have gone camping. They've gone camping. Now we'll look at he, she, it, because again, the conjugation with have is different. He has, he's. He has gone off the deep end. He's gone off the deep end. And in case you didn't know, this expression means to kind of go a little crazy, to lose it right here.
He has gone off the deep end.
They have completely gone off the deep end.
Also, notice the spelling. He has is the same as the contraction he is. He's, he's. The only way you'll tell the difference is based on the context, because again, we use he has when have is a helping verb, which means we're talking about the present perfect. He has gone. He's gone off the deep end. This spelling similarity also applies to she has and it has as well. She has, she's. She has seen this before. She's seen this before. It has, it's. It has been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure.
Jack, Mr. Dawson, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a real pleasure.
So that's something to keep in mind when we're talking about he, she, and it. The spelling of the contraction as well as the pronunciation is the same. He's, she's, it's. Let's look at some contractions with the modal verb would. I would, I'd. I would love it if you shared this lesson. I'd love it if you shared this lesson. I'd love it, I'd appreciate it, I'd be your best friend. You would, you'd. You would enjoy visiting San Francisco. You'd enjoy visiting San Francisco.
You'd help me do that?
You'd love each other.
If we do it your way, Kingslayer, you'd win.
He would, he'd. He would always go out for dinner after work. He'd always go out to dinner after work. She would, she'd. She would always go with him. She'd always go with him. It would, id. It would cause problems. It'd cause problems. We would, we'd. We would appreciate it if you wrote us a comment. We'd appreciate it if you wrote us a comment. They would, they'd. They would love to see you. They'd love to see you. I can't emphasize this enough. It is so important that you learn and understand and can identify these different contractions because we use them so often when we are speaking, and now you can use them too. If you found this lesson useful, we'd appreciate it if you'd hit that like button. And if you really enjoy what we do and want to show us some love, check out our Patreon page. Link is in the description. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. See, it just doesn't sound natural. It's so much better to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.